Been away for a while, just been doing the work life thing. Hope you all are well. I just had a brief point I wanted to make today. It's very telling how narcissistic parents and estranged parents did not care for their children, in the sense that I was watching something on Instagram and it was this comedian. He was like, nobody cared about us kids growing up in the 90s. Nobody cared about us. And it's clear by the fact that, this guy said when he was 4, his parents let him watch Pet Cemetery, which is a horror movie, and, probably something that isn't appropriate for like a barely out of the toddler stage child, right? And it got me thinking about some of the movies I got to see growing up. Everything from horror to the most, and I have to say this incorrectly because of YouTube's, stupid policies, up to something that contained a lot of smexuality. Okay? Smexuality. And I'll tell you, one movie that I remember watching, I believe I was like 4 years old, was Basic Instinct. Okay? And if you're not aware of this, or if you have not seen this film, the film opens up with a woman riding a man in bed, and she ties his hands to the post, pulls out an ice pick, and pokes him up until he passes away. That is the opening scene in this film, to say nothing about the most widely known scene in the film where Sharon Stone is being interviewed, and she very briefly uncrosses her legs and reveals that she is not wearing panties under her skirt. And so you see her wholeness. You see all of it. And I remember being shocked, like a little kid, I was like, Mom, did that lady just show her privates? I remember that. I remember my mom being like, I'm trying to hear this. They have no problem exposing you to smexuality. I think that a lot of these parents, especially the ones who grew up being abused in that fashion, they may never admit it to you or to themselves, certainly. But on some level, I think they want something to happen to you. And on some level, I think they enjoy introducing smexuality to children, because I couldn't imagine turning on a movie and having a little baby there and having people do all kinds of, unaliving and all kinds of smexuality and all kinds of nudity. There's a reason why there are restrictions on movies, because cognitively you have to be at a place to understand what you're seeing and to understand the appropriateness of it or not. That is why we safeguard, and that is why we have restrictions, or at least we should have restrictions on what children see. Sexuality is natural. It's beautiful. It's great. It can produce life. It can affirm love. It is not something that a child is ready to see or understand or be exposed to, particularly if you're seeing that behavior in your own parents. My mother, when she left my egg donor, when she left my stepfather, okay, when she left him, she went buck wild. And the second she could, she had another man in the house. And do you know what she did? She sat across from him. She's sitting on the couch. He's sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on the couch facing down the hallway. I will never forget her. She was wearing the tightest tights and like this little shirt, and she just kept opening her legs to him. Just opening her legs, like signaling, like the worst flirter in the world. It's like you don't have to do all that to tell the man that you're trying to get piped. You don't have to do all that, but you certainly don't have to do all that in front of your child. And I remember telling her, why don't you close your legs? I was like 12 at this point, and I was very disturbed by the behavior. And I'm like, you're going to do this shit in front of me? Do you think that any child wants to see their mother behave this way? That's why when other things happened, actual smexual acts happened in front of me, it made no difference to her, and she went ahead and did it the next week. At least time she covered herself up with a blanket while having sex in the middle of the floor of the living room in a 2-bedroom apartment. There is a darkness that underlies the intention of many estranged parents. And I, for one, can't like deny the coincidence or say it's a coincidence when little thumbnails, little indications of people's intention toward you or their lack of care for you is so obvious when you think about it in hindsight. I remember being like 7 or 8, okay? And I'll never understand why my mother did this. It must have been for humiliation. And she had a friend over, an acquaintance, work person. I don't know. I don't know what this lady was to her. I don't remember. The point is, the lady was there. I was just getting out of the bath. And, my mom dried me off. And she was going to rub lotion all over me and stuff because she would do that as a ritual. Speaking of which, I was 7 or 8. Hand me the damn lotion. When I think about that, I'm like, hand me the fucking lotion. If you're 7 or 8, if you could write your name, and if you're starting to learn how to read, and you're doing mathematics, I feel like you can handle spreading lotion on your own body. I wonder if there was something going on with that, because it always felt weird to me. It always felt weird to me. I have no memories of anything blatant happening, but it always felt very weird to me. And there's also a lot of other fucked up stories I could tell on here, but I'll never tell them. That's my private business. But anyway, she had me come out into the living room where this woman was sitting, butt naked. Okay, I've got the towel wrapped around me. She takes the towel off me. I am naked in front of this woman. She puts the towel on the floor and she's like, lay there on the floor so I could put lotion on you. And so she lotioned up my whole body, my whole naked body, in front of this woman. And I expressed that I was embarrassed. I expressed that I did not want this woman seeing me. I expressed all of that, and that was dismissed. In fact, I was scolded for saying anything. You're going to look back on your treatment, and be it sexual abuse or anything else, you're going to start to see little Easter eggs of things that clue you in to these people's real intention. I don't know why I had to be naked in front of this stranger. I don't know why I couldn't lotion my own body. I don't know why, if it was that important for her to lotion my whole body, why the bitch couldn't take 2 seconds to take me in my bedroom, close my door, and lotion her own kid down. I think that there was a motivation to see me uncomfortable because that was something she liked. I think there was a motivation to embarrass me. And the more I think about it, the more I wonder about her intentions of putting her hands on me and what, if any, gratification she may have derived from that. Always trust your instincts.